From MTN News, you're watching Montana
I'm
This
Casey
Morning.
Conlon. 2 more senior staff at Billings Clinic have resigned. We'll have the latest on the hospital's executive transition coming up.
I'm Ashley Nerbovig in Helena, and coming up, what changes to the criminal justice system we might see in the 2023 legislative session.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Montana, 6:31. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. Boy, there's not a cloud in the sky
No.
on that camera. Looking out on the patio, not a cloud in the sky, and get used to that, I hear.
Yeah, and just looking at this pattern, there is a chance by Friday we could see some mountain showers trying to form. It's a very slight chance. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws from the weather standpoint. It's a very hot, dry, stable pattern, so I don't see things changing a whole lot. 40s and 50s this morning, 36 in West Yellowstone. Temperatures continue to climb again today, topping out around the 90-degree mark in Bozeman. Butte, very close to the 90-degree mark as you get into the afternoon. In fact, I expect to see us hit the 90s in the mining city. We'll talk about when this whole system begins to break down coming up from the weather patio in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Matt. Just ahead of 6:32 now, turmoil continues at the Billings Clinic. 4 days after the shock departure of its CEO, the hospital saw more resignations yesterday without any reasons given so far. MTN's Casey Conlon sat down with the interim CEO to hear his thoughts on the troubling trend.
The exodus continued at Billings Clinic Tuesday. Now 4 senior staff members have resigned, including CEO Dr. Scott Elner. Hospital COO Mary Albers and Vice President of Hospital Operations Lindsey Green are the latest to leave. Both followed Elner to Billings Clinic from Centura Health in Colorado. Interim CEO Dr. Clint Seeger has been on the leadership team for 8 years and remains committed to this group, though he acknowledges there are challenges at the hospital right now.
Has access for patients been a struggle?
I think access is always a challenge.
Clinic administration says they have heard more complaints about the inability to see a doctor. The company's website lists physician openings in just about every department. Seeger says Billings Clinic has lost 17 doctors so far in 2022, but hired 40.
There are a few departments that we see more transitions in one location, in one department. Yeah, I think that's something I'll need to focus on.
Seeger says he had a good working relationship with Elner since the latter started in January 2020. Elner succeeded Dr. Randall Gibb, who was at the helm for only 2 years and fired following accusations of sexual harassment by an employee. Despite another quick turnover, Seeger remains positive.
I really don't see Billings Clinic as being unstable. I think we have incredible people who work here at every discipline.
It's why he was happy to take the job, even though it's been a wild first 48 hours.
I won't lie, it might have taken a little bit of sleep off of me. I'm just here because I care about the organization. My wife and I are both physicians here, and we care deeply about Billings Clinic.
Now he has the chance to shape its future, at least in the short term. In Billings, Casey Conlon, MTN News.
6:34 in other news this morning. As the 2023 legislative session approaches, interim committees and state agencies, among others, are finalizing bill drafts. MTN's Ashley Nerbovig has more on what to expect from criminal justice stakeholders in the upcoming session.
I'm here at the Montana State Capitol, where the deadline to submit bill proposals to the 2023 legislature is fast approaching. On Tuesday, the Criminal Justice Oversight Council met to discuss the 6 bills it hopes to see passed in the next session, including 2 bills to bring back the option of jail time for theft and disorderly conduct. The push to bring back jail time for some offenses is a reversal from a series of justice reinvestment bills from 2017, which sought to reduce jail populations by eliminating incarceration as a punishment for some low-level offenses. The 2017 justice reinvestment also repealed Montana's persistent felony offender designation, which Yellowstone County Attorney Scott Twido advocated to bring back, though in a more targeted form.
I'm talking about a hardened population of offender that's in that detention facility for that much longer because they're not getting these cases resolved. I'm hoping that that cracks a little bit through the change to the persistent felony offender statute.
Sometimes called the 3-strike law, when a person is designated a persistent felony offender, a judge can sentence them to anywhere between 5 to 100 years in prison. However, the bill Twido advocated for would be much more limited than the persistent felony offender law in place prior to 2017. Montana State Senator Ryan Lynch, a Democrat from Butte, said he planned to oppose the persistent felony offender bill, asking why it was needed. Lynch pointed to the high number of plea bargains in the criminal justice system, and he alluded to how the fear of PFO resignation may cause even fewer people to take their cases to trial. Twido acknowledged case resolution time in the Yellowstone County Jail is on the rise.
That incentive to plead, again, that coerciveness, there's that level, will get those cases resolved more quickly. There's that potential.
Twido also championed a bill to create a statewide pretrial diversion program.
This is what justice reinvestment should have been. This is the cornerstone of that. I think Montana really needs to look hard and fast, and we need to move quickly and effectively in targeting people that don't need to be in the criminal justice system at all.
In Helena, Ashley Erbovig, MTN News.
All right, 6:36 back here at home. In a span of 20 minutes, a Bozeman police car was broken into, stolen, and crashed. MTN's Jane McDonald retraced the crime and brings us the latest on this first ever stolen Bozeman police car.
We have certainly had our vehicles damaged before, but I don't believe we've had one taken from us. And I'm sure it did look to someone like, why are we chasing another police vehicle that doesn't have its lights on, that's driving the wrong way through town?
All right, good morning. State your name, please.
Good morning, Travis Harden.
And the seriousness of the safety raises a lot of concern for the court.
There are very sensitive items within the vehicle, computers, firearms, radio systems, things like that.
According to charging documents, Travis Hardy was waiting at the Law and Justice Center for a ride over to the airport. And then two employees went to talk to officers about something going on near their patrol cars.
It was later found that this male had used a rock to smash out a patrol car window.
And once behind the wheel, Hardy reportedly drove off towards 19th. According to court documents, Hardy got into the patrol car at about 8:26 p.m. Within 4 minutes, he was downtown with plenty of people walking and drivers unaware of the ensuing chase.
They attempted to stop him with their lights and siren on their patrol vehicles. He didn't stop. His driving behaviors during the pursuit were extremely unsafe.
In charging documents, the officer reports that Hardy ran red lights, drove into oncoming traffic, and came close to crashing into 3 vehicles. And then he got onto the interstate, swerving into the grassy median and back onto the highway.
Just a little bit east of the East Main interchange, the subject crashed the patrol car.
Crashed into a guardrail and was taken by officers to the detention center. Nothing was taken from the car, and it is now in the shop in need of cosmetic fixes and a new window.
We run up against the same issues that the rest of the folks who live here in Bozeman. It's tough to get cars fixed. We do have a police department mechanic. However, sometimes if there's body damage or paint, we wait in line just like everybody else does.
The hope is to get the car back on the streets in about a week or two. Travis Hardy is facing theft of a motor vehicle and criminal endangerment. He'll be seen again September 16th, and his bond is set at $10,000. In Bozeman, Jane McDonald, MTN News.
All right, thank you, Jane. 6:38 now. It's back to school time across the country, and while many COVID rules in the classroom are easing up, there's a different health issue at play. Vaping at school. Most electronic cigarettes or vapes contain nicotine, which we all know can be highly addictive. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that can harm a young developing brain well into a person's 20s. Our Ashley Glass reports on the national trends with youth and e-cigarettes and how one high school principal says getting radical is the secret to getting rid of vaping.
Fancy colors, easy to put in your pocket.
It looks innocent enough.
These are really sneaky.
Things you might not notice a student holding.
You slip it in your pocket.
Or hiding.
It just looks like something that's sitting in your computer.
But this stash is all e-cigarettes or vapes.
This is special.
Collected at a South Florida high school during the last school year. Yes, even the ones that look like candy.
This is 83% THC in this little pouch.
And thumb drives. And key fobs.
Oh, it escalated fast. It went from I'm going to smoke this fruity product to I'm going to smoke stuff with tobacco in it to I'm going to smoke stuff with THC in it.
Principal Colleen Ionetti is working to educate staff, students, and parents about the dangers of vaping and how the habit can start early.
It is happening at high school. It's happening at middle school. It's happening. We've even heard stories of elementary school.
This photo shows vapes collected over just 2 months. From 6th graders at one school. The latest data from the CDC shows vapes were the most common tobacco product used by middle and high school students, with about 2 million of them admitting to it.
I think it's why would you do it and risk something bad happening to yourself.
12-year-old Brody Zittner says he's never vaped, but he is exposed to it at middle school.
A lot of the time it was like, oh, there was someone vaping in the bathroom.
The school bathroom is actually where it started for Principal Ionetti to get vapes off campus.
We kind of went on lockdown. Every student needed to be escorted to the bathroom. We locked all of our bathrooms, and if you wanted to go to the bathroom, we had staff members literally walking kids to the bathroom. It was pretty radical, but it sent a really strong message really quickly because parents were like, hey, why are you doing this?
Ionetti says the school also works with police to bust stores illegally selling vaping products to kids. They also give gift cards for turning in vapes. It's taken about 3 years, but Ionetti says she's seen a dramatic decline in vaping incidents on campus, which is right in line with the national trend. According to the CDC, in 2021, about 11% of high school students said they vaped, down from about 19% in 2020 and way lower than roughly 27% in 2019. It's unclear how much the pandemic and lockdown impacted those numbers, but no matter what, Ionetti says now is not the time to let up, and she'll continue referring every kid caught vaping for mental health counseling.
Well, when a student is doing something like that, first of all, we know it's really addictive, and it's usually an indicator of something else is happening. Like, why are you choosing to go in this direction?
Reporting in South Florida, I'm Ashley Glass.
All right, 6:42, we're going to take a break here on Montana This Morning.